Have you ever wondered if your thoughts could quietly rewrite the script of your life? What if the simple act of imagining, of truly seeing something in your mind was the hidden force shaping your future? It may sound mystical, even far-fetched, but the truth is both stunning and empowering. Your mind is not just a place for memories or fantasies. It's a canvas where the future is first painted, where desire becomes blueprint and belief becomes bridge. And at the center of this creative power lies a remarkable truth: what you visualize, you magnetize. Welcome to the Mirror Principle. Body. Act 1, the power of mental imagery. Step into the cerebral corridors of your own mind and you'll find a stunning truth hiding in plain sight. Visualization, something we often dismiss as daydreaming or wishful thinking, is far more profound than we realize. Every image we hold in our mind, every detail, rich thought we nurture is not just a fleeting illusion. It's a seed with the potential to sculpt influence and even transform the reality around us. Visualization isn't just spiritual fluff or self-help jargon. It's a concept grounded in neuroscience, echoed by ancient teachings, and backed by countless success stories across history. In fact, scientific studies now show that when we consistently visualize an outcome, be it a goal, a place, or an experience, our brain begins to process those images as if they were already real. Neurons fire, hormones shift, belief begins to build. The brain doesn't distinguish well between imagined and actual experiences, and that's where the magic begins. Think of the brain like a film projector. When you play a mental movie over and over again, complete with emotion, detail, and repetition, it begins projecting that image outward into the behaviors you take, the people you attract, and the chances you're brave enough to seize. Slowly, the world outside starts to reflect the world within. That's the mirror principle in motion. Act 2, a harmony between mind and heart. When you visualize with clarity and emotion, something extraordinary happens. The mind and heart, often seen as opposing forces, begin to dance in harmony. This emotional mental alignment isn't just poetic, it's electromagnetic. The human heart actually generates a measurable magnetic field that changes with our emotional state. When you feel gratitude, joy, or excitement while visualizing, you emit a vibrational frequency that echoes through the universe. It's as if your desires become a call signal, a beacon, and the universe in turn begins to respond. Napoleon Hill once wrote, "Cherish your visions and your dreams as they are the children of your soul, the blueprints of your ultimate achievements." That's not just pretty language. It's a call to treat your inner world as sacred ground. Act 3, the smudged mirror to internal barriers. But if this is so powerful, why isn't everyone living their dream life? Why do visualizations sometimes feel ineffective, or worse, pointless? Because the mirror reflecting your visualized desires is rarely spotless. Over the years, it becomes fogged by limiting beliefs, societal conditioning, fear, and emotional wounds, most of which were planted in us during childhood. We might visualize a beautiful future, but if the subconscious mind still clings to shame, unworthiness, or fear of failure, those old scripts quietly override our intentions. The result, a reality that mirrors not what we want, but what we truly believe we deserve. That's why understanding the mirror principle isn't just about thinking positively. It's about doing the deep, often uncomfortable work of clearing the internal static. It's about identifying and dismantling the subconscious blocks that distort the reflection. To make your visions real, you must clean the mirror. And that starts with awareness. Act 4, escaping habitual thought loops. The human mind is a creature of habit. By the time we're adults, up to 95% of our thoughts are repetitive. And many of those repetitive thoughts come from past experiences, not present possibilities. This mental autopilot is comforting, but also constraining. It keeps us reliving the same stories, replaying the same self-doubt, and shrinking our vision of what's possible. Imagine driving through a foggy mountain road. You know there's a breathtaking view just beyond the mist, but the haze of habitual thinking keeps you from seeing it. That's what old thought loops do. They obscure, restrict, and distort the boundless landscape of your potential. But here's the good news: just like habits are formed, they can also be unlearned. Neuroscience reveals something remarkable: our brains have plasticity. We can rewire them by introducing new patterns of thought, visualization, and emotional association. Each time we deviate from an old, reactive path and choose a new response, a new belief, or a new image, We're carving out fresh neural trails. We're creating mental soil where our visualizations can actually take root. Act 5. Emotion, the hidden architect. Thoughts may begin the journey, but emotions are the architects of manifestation. They infuse visualizations with energy, color, and magnetism. Without them, even the most detailed mental picture remains flat like a drawing without ink. When you feel what you visualize, you accelerate its path to reality. But here's the trap: emotions can also anchor us in the past. Many of us unconsciously stay addicted to emotions linked to survival, fear, guilt, resentment, because our body is chemically used to them. These emotions, powered by stress hormones like cortisol, keep us in cycles of reactivity and limitation. To break free, we must become conscious of our emotional addictions. The moment you feel the same old stress response rising, pause. Breathe, choose a new state. Gratitude, love, inspiration. These are high-frequency emotions that align perfectly with creative visualization. Each time you consciously shift your state, you reclaim your power. You realign your internal mirror. Act 6, visualization as a creative force. So what does it truly mean to visualize? It means more than imagining a goal or picturing a vacation. It means stepping into the emotional, energetic version of your desire and as if it were already here. It means engaging the senses. What would you see, feel, smell, hear, and taste if that dream became reality? See yourself not merely wishing, but already living. Because in the language of the brain, repetition and intensity create belief. And belief, when fused with emotion, becomes a magnetic force that pulls experiences toward you. It's not magic, it's alignment. Act 7, clearing the canvas. For visualization to work, the mental canvas must be clean. That means letting go of outdated beliefs, shedding the emotional weight of past failures, and choosing moment by moment a new identity rooted in your present potential. Mindful introspection is your chisel. Each time you question an old narrative, am I really not enough? Do I truly have to struggle to succeed? You chip away at the hardened surface and reveal the truth underneath. This is the real art, not just dreaming, but dreaming with intention and clarity. Final act, the mirror principle realized. At the crossroads of thought and reality lies a powerful truth. What you consistently visualize with feeling and belief will begin to reflect back at you. You are not a passive observer in life's theater. You are the scriptwriter, the director, the lead role. And the mirror that shows you the world is not fixed. It bends, shifts, and reshapes itself to match your internal state. So visualize with clarity, feel with intensity, believe with every fiber of your being. Because the mirror principle is not just a metaphor, it's the mechanism. And when you understand it, you stop waiting for change and start creating it. Closing scene visuals of transformation. A foggy mirror being wiped clean, a seed blooming into a tree, a person stepping into a vivid dreamscape. Text on screen. What you see within is what the world reflects back. End with a call to action. If this message resonated with you, don't just keep it in your mind, bring it to life. Share this with someone who's ready to see themselves more clearly. And remember, the world you live in begins with the world you believe in. In our previous journey, we uncovered a powerful truth. Visualization alone is not enough. To truly shape reality, what we see in the mind must be felt deeply in the soul. The emotion behind the vision is the electricity that brings it to life. Now let's bring that idea down to earth through the story of a young dreamer. Act 1, the silent battle beneath the dream. Picture this: a young violinist brimming with potential dreams of one day performing on the grandest stages of the world. Each night before drifting off to sleep, she sees herself standing under golden lights, bow in hand, her music soaring, the audience enraptured. She imagines every detail, from the warmth of the spotlight on her skin to the final applause echoing through the concert hall. But there's something else that lingers hidden, silent yet powerful. Despite her vivid nightly rehearsals in her mind, she struggles. A shadow from the past clings tightly. As a child, during a school recital, she missed a note. It was small, but the moment grew large. Laughter whispered from the audience. A hush of embarrassment fell over the room. That day, a seed of fear was planted. And now, every time she imagines her future, that fear whispers, "What if you fail again?" This is the emotional chasm, the invisible gap between desire and belief. Until she learns to face that fear, to breathe through it and turn it into fuel, Her visualizations remain suspended. Beautiful, yes, but distant, unmanifested. The spotlight in her dreams will never shine fully until she brings light to the shadow within. Her journey then is not just about technical mastery or disciplined practice. It's about transforming the raw energy of fear into passion. That alchemy of turning hesitation into emotional power is what gives her dream the wings to fly. Act 2. Emotion is the flame. This story reveals a universal truth. Our emotions are the fuel behind the visions we hold. They're not accessories to the dream, they are the engine. Visualizing a goal without emotional charge is like trying to light your path with a flickering candle. But when that same vision is infused with passion, joy, and gratitude, it blazes like a torch. It illuminates the way forward with clarity and strength. A lukewarm dream lacking emotional heat rarely finds momentum, but one wrapped in deep feeling, where the heart beats faster, where the soul stirs, becomes magnetic. It doesn't just sit in the mind, it radiates through the body. It pulses into the universe. In this dance of manifestation, emotion is not just the rhythm, it's the music itself. Act 3, emotions as compass and messenger. What's fascinating is that emotions are not just a force, they're also feedback. They are both barometer and compass, showing us how aligned we are with the dreams we chase. Think of negative emotions, fear, guilt, doubt as warning lights on a dashboard. They don't mean we're doomed, they mean something inside is out of tune. Perhaps an old belief is clashing with a new vision. Perhaps a wound is asking to be healed before the path can open. On the other hand, when we feel elevated emotions, joy, love, peace, inspiration, it's a sign we're aligned, that we're walking in rhythm with our inner truth. These high-frequency emotions harmonize with the energy of our visualized future. They're the green lights saying, yes, keep going. You're on the right track. This isn't wishful thinking. This is emotional intelligence, the art of tuning into your own signals and using them as a guide to adjust your course. Act 4, entering the quantum field. Emotion-intensified visualization. But how practically do we bridge the gap between dreams and reality? Let's talk about a method, emotion-intensified visualization. Begin by choosing a dream. Not something vague, but a real aspiration that stirs something in you. Then instead of seeing it as a distant goal, picture it like a sunrise, close, vibrant, just moments away from lighting your life. Now here's the key, feel it. Don't just watch the movie in your head. Step inside it. Feel the joy of it realized. The pride of overcoming every obstacle that once stood in your way. The warmth of success, the kind that glows quietly but deeply. As you combine that vivid image with a powerful emotional state, your frequency shifts. Your vibration rises. And what you seek begins to move toward you magnetically. It's not magic, it's coherence. When the vision in your mind matches the emotion in your heart, you're like a radio perfectly tuned to a frequency. The signal is clear, the connection is strong. But when there's dissonance, when your heart fears what your mind desires, the signal gets scrambled, and manifestation is delayed or distorted. Emotion-intensified visualization, practiced regularly, helps refine that alignment. It tunes your internal instrument until you're harmonizing with the future you want to live. Act 5, patience. Practice in shifting reality. This process takes time. At first, it might feel awkward or even fake. You might struggle to summon real emotion, or the images may flicker uncertainly. That's okay. You're not failing, you're learning a new language, the language of embodiment. With patience, this practice becomes more natural. You begin to notice subtle signs, unexpected opportunities, chance meetings, intuitive nudges that gently confirm your dream is drawing nearer. It's a shift from passive dreaming to active creation. And that's what the mirror principle ultimately teaches, that reality reflects not just what we think, but what we feel, believe, and embody. Conclusion. From observer to creator. To move from being a spectator in your own life to becoming its architect, you must first master the inner terrain. Visualization gives shape to the dream, but emotion gives it life. The mirror principle is not a trick, it's a commitment. It requires showing up for yourself daily, clearing the fog, facing the shadows, and tuning into the frequency of what you desire most. And for those who are willing to take that journey, the rewards go beyond material success. They include inner peace, clarity of purpose, and the deep satisfaction of living in alignment with the truth of who you are. In the end, manifestation isn't just about changing your outside world. It's about transforming your inner world until the two become mirrors of one another. until the spotlight you dreamed of is finally real.